Hi, this is Outside the Gates of Hell. There's an ASMR version of this on my channel, which everyone likes, but that's not the context in which this song was written. So here's a different version of it. I was crawling through the maelstrom whilst everyone denies me. Well, some said they love me, but they're the first to ostracize me. Had a photograph in one hand, a letter in another. Told me, stay put where you're to. I found me another lover. Once walked near paradise. Now I'm outside the gates of hell. But someday, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. I don't know what the truth is. I've not heard it in so long now. I remember a piece of luck once. The last remnant has gone now. I shot for the stars with her, got shot through the heart back. Still got a face in my brain though, my sanity's coming under attack. Like a lamb to the slaughter, you took me to the marketplace to sell. But someday, baby, you're gonna take that journey as well. She left my coat of colours, but took every ounce of emotion. She sneered, let that teach ya. Be careful where you lay your devotion. Samaritan passed me by, said, excuse me, but I'm guessing you've been burnt by love's unholy cross, and now you're paying for your lesson. I said, yeah, you're right, man, but I intend to live through this to tell that one day, baby, you're gonna carry this scar as well. No point in admitting to things I've spent too long denying. I truly shed red tears for you, but it feels like they're putrefying. Don't know where I'll go now, never did care too much anyway. Maybe I'm dying, but with my last breath I still got some words to say. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. But someday, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. Is that your echo I'm hearing, since you don't talk with your own voice? There's an impasse I'm nearing, I'll walk there now by my own choice. Did you laugh to see me grovel? Did you feel real elated? You knew I couldn't quit you, so you had me excommunicated. I hear something tolling, sounds like it could be my death knell. But one day, baby, you're going to be hearing that sound as well. You flaunted your secrets, and you smiled when they hurt me. Took all of my friends too, you paid them kisses to desert me. But what goes round comes round, don't you ever forget it. There'll be a dark dawn for you one morn, you'll wake up and you'll regret it. Yeah, you were blessed with magic, and you didn't hesitate to cast your spell. But one day, baby, you're gonna wear a curse as well. I remember you told me I was second best in a restaurant. Hissed like what you're seeing, it's something that you will always want. We drove home in silence, save for the sound of your laughter. Your last words to me were, you think you feel bad now? You'll be feeling a whole lot worse the morning after. You slammed the door in my face, and white lines marked the place where I fell. But someday, baby, they'll be drawing your outline like that as well. Is that your dagger before me, with my name on the handle? But I swore allegiance to you, put the flame to your candle. Why'd you destroy me? Just by how did you profit? I built your glass tower, hope somebody else has the power to knock you off it. I can hear the reaper, and that's my name he's starting to yell. But one day, baby, he's going to be shouting out yours as well. I tried positive thinking, and man, look where it got me. I stare in the mirror. Who's that? Well, it's not me. Wish I could die right now, but it's still too soon for me to leave. Don't matter when I go, though. when there's only lies left here to believe. You broke through my armor like it was merely a cotton candy shell. Ah, but someday, baby, somebody's gonna shatter yours good as well. You kept me in the margin, you laugh loud, you belong there. While I'm making love next door, you can write me a song there. There's nothing sharper than the edge of a broadsword word. Keep smiling though, honey. I swear that repayment is only deferred. You hit the jackpot every night, and yes, your coffers are starting to swell. Ah, but someday, baby, you'll be wearing pennies on your eyes as well. You told me you're fragile, in a voice that was oh so soft. Then you tore up my nervous system. Like a trophy, you held it aloft. There's a demon inside you, and men like me are dying to feed it. But I know what you don't, though, that it won't be there when you really need it. Subtlety's your forte. You wear it like a badge on your lapel. Ah, but one day, baby, someone's going to outdress you as well. I spent all my wallet held on you. I bought an IOU. I know that you'll want it still. That's how well I know you. You should get it quite soon, honey. I sent it by urgent post. By the time you cash it, you might not be the hostess with the most. You can boast you killed me. That's a myth I won't try to dispel. But someday, baby, you know they'll be spinning yours as well. You said you got 6 hours of me. You best try to enjoy it. 'Cause as soon as anything loves me, I just have to destroy it. You took me to see someone who claims they ain't never been kissed. Later that same evening you went and added my name to the list. I know you only use me to make that other guy's jealousy tell. Ah, but someday, baby, you're gonna feel those pangs as well. You like to work in numerals, or so you assured me. You laughed, I got men lining up here 3 deep to reward me. I mourned for your youth. I had to weep for what you've done to it. When you needed water from the oasis, I was the only one who would run to it. Whatever the rules are, you just have to find a way to rebel. But one day, baby, you're going to have to toe the line as well. I knew what was coming long before it came to pass. You spent most of the night running your finger round the rim of your glass. The static, it was palpable, but only for a second. I was still talking to you in sign language when your destiny beckoned. You scraped away my freedom and handcuffed me and threw me in a cell. Ah, but someday, baby, you're going to be doing unjust time as well. You taught chronology and expected confirmation. Spat when you were 5, I wasn't alive, and 5 years is a generation. You can take down your fences and take down your barricades. I got nothing to attack with and no time to deal with these cheap charades. So what if I'm older? More summers mean more roses you get to smell. Ah, and one day, baby, you'll have some miles on the clock as well. You pulled all my words out and you read them aloud with this sick disdain. I can still hear you mocking, I wouldn't try this trick again. You got a roulette wheel for a heart, and I chose the wrong numbers. I tried for 6 more, but he told me, I've already done hers. I see her how you want to, naked to her tattoos and her Chanel. But one day, baby, he'll see you without your disguise as well. My focus was slipping. I could not remember how to concentrate. 2 seconds of thinking about you, and my mind starts to deviate. You were in bed when I phoned you, him lying there by your side. both laughing like vultures as you pick clean the bones of my pride. You think you're so refined, you only quote Baudelaire and Brel. Ah, but someday, baby, you'll be reading the last rites as well. I drove down your dead end, eyes shut tight and at full throttle, as you scraped away my self-esteem like it was candle wax from the side of a bottle. I spread out my arms, made the Stations of the Cross. I said, no point waiting. Let's face it, I won't be much of a loss. You only listen to dead singers and at the pain threshold decibel. Ah, but someday, baby, they'll be playing you this song as well. I searched for a metaphor. I settled on Delilah. Shaved off all my hair for you. Never had the strength to deny you. But I made it to the pillars, even though I was nine-tail whipped and blindfold. You know how the story ends. Ah, you don't need to be reminded and told. The ticket that you bought me was for the last ride on the carousel. Ah, but one day, baby, the circus is going to leave town on you as well. I've never been this far down. It's a whole new situation. You cut a swathe through my heart, left a burning sensation. Now everything is prism warped. There's no shape or order. It's a strange kind of dungeon. You're a stranger kind of warder. You took away my memories, leaving only yours on which to dwell. Ah, but someday, baby, someone's gonna strip yours away as well. Wish I knew what the time now was, but my eyes can't seem to focus. Your Majesty ate me away like a biblical plague of locusts. No stimuli works on me now, at least not any that I can get. Purgatory's waiting, just like it was right before we met. You never give your real name. You only get as far as je m'appelle. Ah, but one day, baby, you'll find your game will work on you as well. I think I saved the world today. Look where it's got me. So I gouge my eyes out. There's too much I'd rather not see. Someone open up a window, please. I need a last shot of fresh air. God may be my witness, but I ain't so certain that he'd really care. Fires rage inside me, more than any tempest can quell. Ah, but someday, baby, you're gonna burn out of control as well. I know what I should have done, so why did I not do it? My expiry date's gone by, and there's no way anyone can renew it. I bet you'll be home by now, face down, in your pillow. You'll be starting to moan by now, while I'm here weeping like a willow. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. Ah, but one day, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. They advertised Midsummer Dreams, but I wasn't buying. Man who sold me honesty cashed the check and laughed in my face. I was lying. There's winners and there's losers in every walk of life. Might be a poor man's much-loved daughter or a rich man's bruised and battered wife. You said someone's emotions are the easiest things I've ever found to sell. Ah, but someday, baby, someone's going to get commission off of you as well. Your soul is a desert, but you never get dehydrated. You made my corpse dance and said, well, see what I created. And I don't want to speculate on what will sometime become of you. You twist and you deviate, giggling, only the best or worst will do. Everything is counterfeit, your noblesse oblige, even your apparel. Ah, but someday, baby, you're going to be sold as a forgery as well. Yeah, I'm stuck on your treadmill, but knowing it don't change the fact. I rehearsed my lines for you. You just ad-libbed throughout the act. I can't sanction a lie, no. That's just far too demeaning. But your truth's such a burden, I've lost count of the nights and I've woken up screaming. When you can't coerce, you just change your smile and compel. But one day, baby, you're gonna get manipulated as well. I stared at your knife tonight, then I stared at my veins. Look back on my time with you, saw all of your invisible chains. I've seen the slaughter of purity just one trigger pull too often. No matter what salve you put on it, it's a blow that the years never soften. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. But one day, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. You were poetry in motion, and yet you decided to stand still. You said no one can befriend me till they first bend and break to my will. Well, when there's a will, there's a dead man. Remember that, always. It's a real fine dividing line between a dirge and a song of praise. You bought love lock, stock and barrel and set up your own cartel. But one day, baby, somebody's gonna buy you out as well. You change tracks so frequently, so nobody knows where you're at. You walk into a room and man, they reach for the thermostat. I set my alarm for you, but I don't remember it ringing. You gloat at the harm you do, then you walk away singing. I had the pieces and the glue, but you made sure I could not make them gel. But one day, baby, someone's gonna unravel you as well. I gotta pause now. Gotta try and catch my breath. I fought for the cause for so long, and now I got nothing left. Did you seek to destroy me? Was that always your intention? You could have done it kinda, but only in a way that I don't care to mention. You said there's too many of you, and so you set the lions on the gazelle. But someday, baby, they're gonna come culling you as well. I asked what you donate, and you only listed out your needs. Said people are starving for love. Oh, my poor heart bleeds. Your idea of rescue, well, it's natural selection. I wish I'd have been looking over you when you made that connection. Anytime you wanted me, all you had to do was ring the bell. But someday, baby, I might slam the door on you as well. I can't do much more now. I've already gone past my limit. I played your game with you. I was right that I never expected to win it. You hurt me in places I didn't even know could feel pain, and your lingering traces are stabbing me over and over again. I told you all my secrets, and you couldn't wait to roll the press and tell. But one day, baby, someone's gonna spill your secrets as well. What was it about you? What was your strange fascination? The prospect of loneliness, or your impure thoughts of participation? The end was the same though. I went home alone, empty-handed, with your name on my heart saying, this property's been legally branded. Plausibility sinking, even as the tides of hatred swell. But one day, baby, your lifeboat's gonna spring a leak as well. All the signals you sent me, they were so loosely connected, I couldn't match them up together. Was that what you always expected? I strove to bestow you with words that you'd admire. You got them, you read them, and you put them up for hire. Yeah, I worshipped you, and you treated me like an infidel. But someday, baby, they'll be pulling your temple down as well. I still got the message where you listed all of your instructions. I even read the small print. I didn't see anything there about my destruction. Maybe you'll gaze back one of these days and ponder on all the things I wrote. Maybe I'll have a place for you then, even if it's just as an anecdote. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. Ah, but one day, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. Footsteps outside my door, that's the way that it's always been. That's why the blinds are drawn so low, so that the emptiness cannot be seen. Well, maybe by you it's all right, but now that ain't going to occur. You told me your history, and these days I have to concur. Your recommendation took me to the Heartbreak Hotel. Ah, but someday, baby, you're going to be checking in there as well. You're carefree and restless, so you let your vacant heart go touring. You got time on one side, but there's another you're steadfastly ignoring. I've been there already once, and so I know what the view is. There's a ghost ship inside of you, and only we two know where the crew is. Can't find a place that feels like home, from the gutter to the shores of the Seychelles. Ah, but one day, baby, you're going to be as lost as you've made me as well. Insecurity's got me and him, and it's running through us like a cancer. But I knew you could cure me. I knew you always had the answer. But you withheld it from me. It's much more fun to see somebody die, and you won't even call me up, not even to tell me why. You think you're sitting pretty up in your heart-covered citadel. Ah, but someday, baby, like mighty Rome, your empire will fall as well. You took my aspirations and you threw them in a garbage truck. Laughed, oh, were you counting on me? Honey, you're way out of luck. I got no use for you, just like everybody else that you know. You got your destination, can't you understand? It's time for you to go. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. Oh, but one day, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. I got a statement of my achievements and I saw that I'm well in the red. Your whole life means nothing to me. Weren't those the last words that you said? If you've got no use for me, well, I may as well feel the same. There's a deed we know is a-coming. Let's be discreet and not say its name. Tried to find a soulmate in you, be it Blessed Madonna, even Jezebel. Ah, and one day, baby, you're going to search in vain for one as well. I can see a way around you, but only if I compromise, if I sell myself for silver, if I'm willing to tell myself 10,000 lies. Should I have done it with you? Would you have been implicated? No point in asking of you, really. You never one time hesitated. You said, go home and know, justice is an oak that I love to see felled. Oh, but one day, baby, they'll be cutting you down to size as well. I could swim against your current once. Now I can't even float. Offered you my heart that night, but instead you went for the throat. Paid for your crimes, all right, just like I paid for your time. But don't think the debt is paid. I made sure I left the check unsigned. You left the room alone and returned much later with your personnel. Ah, yeah, someday, baby, you might meet some friends of his as well. You know what poor fools like me do? You even held the door open wide. Did you get what you want from me? Just exactly were you looking for? What should I hide? You gave me two options, and I made both the wrong decisions. And I still go to bed at night and dream of your mocking derision. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. Ah, but someday, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. You tried to see through me, and yeah, I don't exactly blame you. But I called you an angel. Oh, now I'm going to have to rename you. Didn't take into account factors that you kept hidden deep from view. Now I've got the whole damn story, and yeah, I've double-checked it too. You said our lives were oblique, but really, they are parallel. So someday, baby, you're going to have to live my life as well. Every call I ever get seems to be a wrong number. I'm Malthusian on myself. And well, truly, is it any wonder? I burnt my own effigy, but it was you who burnt all my bridges. I gave you my whole testimony. Ain't you noticed how he hid his? You went through my heart and mind like a radiation calomel. And someday, baby, yours will be this contaminated as well. I was a marathon runner, but now it's too much to even limp. You threw me out into the thunder. Well, even I can take a hint. Your smile was too pure and perfect. I should have been suspicious. I thought it was facile and tactile, and really it was factitious. You looked to me like safety, and so I ran towards you pell-mell. But one day, baby, you'll wind up like I did, in a minefield as well. I went over my whole life tonight, performing an autopsy, and I'm weeping at the weakness that's finally gotten on top of me. I gave all I had away, and they used it in evidence against me. Now there's nothing left to say, and look how the silence taints me. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. But someday, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. All eyes were upon us, preparing to implicate us. Is that why you said enough? I say that it's time for a hiatus. The instant you breathed it, I thought, same old story. I've managed once again to wrest defeat from the grasp of glory. I'd planned so far ahead, I had us standing, holding hands at the chancel. But one day, baby, someone's going to jilt you there as well. I got me a semblance of life, but mostly it's just an illusion. My heart's bled for so long it can't be rejuvenated by any transfusion. You outlined yourself for me, but you skipped the specifics, and I never could decipher your sweet eyes' hieroglyphics. My honesty was just another bequest that you could undersell. But someday, baby, you're going to have your assets stripped as well. You can't fall this far down and believe that you will get back up again. You don't know what the sun is, if you've only ever known it to rain. Maybe I'll be reincarnated, and things will work out right for me next time. No objections to living a life, but without you, I don't seem to be living mine. And yeah, I thought you were solar. Guess what? You were pluvial. But someday, baby, it's going to rain on your parade as well. Made love to someone else last night. I had to imagine that she was you. Nothing I'm proud to admit, but Lord forgive me, every syllable's true. Her kindness is beyond doubt. Her use to me, I know it's another thing. That's why I've got to get out. No one but you makes my heart start to sing. Used to be so much in me, but now I'm just a hollow shell. But someday, baby, you're going to echo with emptiness as well. I know it's the end now, and I ain't in any way sad. The words are all gone now, the only real friends that I ever had. You were all of my last shots, but turns out what I had left were just blanks. But you gave me a target, and for that I truly say to you, thanks. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. But one day, baby, I think we're going to meet up again there as well. So that was Outside the Gates of Hell, which is taken from this book, Stories of Time, by me, Paul Murphy. It's a song from way, way, way back when. You've just had to sit through that. Can you imagine when I had to sing that on stage? There's several people in there, you know, and you'd need to go through the words and dig out all the tiny little facets of it, I think. But thank you so much for your patience. You've been very kind sitting through this, and I hope you found you know, something in there that was a kernel of stimuli for you. I've been Paul Murphy. I'm grateful for your time. Be well.